using today like as a little bit of a demo run. I'm gonna try to see if I can start getting some graphics on here. But for right now, keep it raw, keep it real, uncut. Right, that's how we get down. So I want to talk a little bit about the matchups, offense on defense, and also what I've been doing lately is I'm trying to do a little bit more of a deep dive into the stats behind it. So we're going to look at some teams' offenses ranks, passing total yards, and also rushing total yards, and then match that up against that team's defense for the week, their total yards, passing, and their rushing defense as well. Players to watch. So as we talk about it like that, let's jump right into it. The first game, Cincinnati, Baltimore. So we're looking at the Cincinnati's offense. It's ranked 5 in passing, total yards, and on rushing is 26th. Chase Brown is now leading that backfield. Moss has a neck injury. They also picked up Herbert from Chicago on a trade deadline. Baltimore's defense on the pass is 32, dead last, and on rushing third. So teams are really concentrating on passing the ball against Baltimore's terrible secondary. So Joe Burrow, top 5 quarterback. So that leads me to believe Chase and Iosivas should have good games. Also, Chase Brown catches the ball really well out of the backfield. So I like Chase Brown too. Double Chase and Iosivas. Higgins is doubtful. That's why I like Iosivas on a daily. So now we're looking at I like Cincinnati to pull this game away today, Thursday night. I know Baltimore's great and Lamar Jackson's great. I just like Burrow a little bit this game. Giants, Carolina. It's a 9 a.m. Sunday game. We're gonna look at Carolina's. We're gonna look at Carolina's offense. So I'm looking at my rankings right here over my phone. I did like an Excel sheet, kind of cool, right? It took me like an hour and a half. I know. Why don't you just AI it or Google how to do it? I didn't want to. I think there's going to be more muscle memory when you're looking at the stats by yourself, matchup by matchup. It's just going to help chisel out my opinion on the matter once I see all the stats. So we're looking at Giants, Carolina. Carolina's offense, it stinks. 26 on passing, 24 total yards on rushing on offense. Bryce Young is going to be the quarterback, and he's even worse than Andy Dalton, right? I think it's been the third week that he's been quarterbacking since they benched him and put him back. Giants defense is 15th on the pass, 29th on the rush. Doing a real terrible job on that rush D, which is a little bit of a surprise to me. So players to watch on this game, I guess it's going to be Chuba Hubbard and Bryce Young. So with Chuba Hubbard, is the defensive line going to penetrate on the Panthers' offensive line, which isn't that good, and make it a tough game for Chuba Hubbard, or is Bryce Young going to be just forced to pass a lot on a middle ground? A secondary with the Giants. It's a away game for both, right? Or a home game for both, right? However, we want to look at it. Bryce Young struggles. He sucks. He's like a high school quarterback. So I'll take the Giants defense on here. Bryce Young is a player to watch, meaning what is he going to do that's going to be terrible? So we don't know, but I'll take Giants in this game. Also look out for Malik Neighbors. Maybe they'll target him a lot. As we know, I don't want to talk too much about it, but we all know that Daniel Jones sucks. But, maybe this game, is a little bit of an anomaly and he'll do something weird and actually throw the ball to Malik Neighbors, but probably not. So now we've got New England. We got the Pats at the Bears. The Bears offense, we're going to look at the Bears offense a little bit. 29th in passing, 26 total yards in the rushing offense side. New England's defense is 23 ranked total yards, 27 on the run. This game's at Chicago, so that's good for Chicago. What's going to happen in this game? Caleb Williams, hit or miss. This week, Pat's defense isn't that good. So if there is a game for him to step up, could be this one. Player to watch, Rome Odunze. He had a nice game last week. Player on a decline, Keenan Allen. So I guess because since Allen's on a decline, Rome Odunze is on the rise. Maybe DJ Moore comes alive this game, maybe not. he's another hit or miss, and he's making me sick to my stomach because I have him in a couple of leagues, and he's a god awful hit or miss, and it's pissing me off. Whatever. Chicago, barely. Now let's look at the next game. Going to look at Buffalo Colts. It's at Colts. Going to take a look at the Buffalo offense by ranks, total yards, 14 and 14, 14 on pass, 14 on a rush. So they're really balanced and mixing it up. It's true since they got this offensive coordinator, Brady. Colts defense is 28th on the pass and 31 on the rush. Players that we're going to look at, Cook, CVs keeps on cooking. They're kind of like going away from him as the season rolls, which is pretty annoying and pissing me off. I got Cook in a couple of leagues. Maybe they get him rolling because they're also seem to be using Ray Davis a lot, which is also pissing me off because I got Cook. Coleman looks like he's got a wrist injury. Feels like it's going to be 2-3 weeks. So I think maybe this is the game for Amari Cooper to step up and do his thing. We'll see. Gotta like the Bills, right? So Vikings, Jags on this game. Um, Vikings, Jags. Okay, we're gonna look at the Jags offense against the Vikings defense. So Jags offense on the pass is 12 total yards, 18th on the run. Vikings defense 27th against the pass, one in total yards against the run. Very hard to run against them. I think I was saying that it was because they had to lead a lot of these games, but still holding true. They're still one against the run, so they're tough against the run, right? So the Jags they suck at running the ball. They kind of suck at third down. They also suck at passing the ball. Lawrence is injured. I don't know if he plays. If he doesn't play, even worse for the Jags. Vikings are probably going to destroy them this game. I don't like anybody on this game except for Justin Jefferson on the Viking side. But we're talking strictly on the Jacksonville Jaguars offense. So I put no one. But yeah, Justin Jefferson, of course, right? And also the Vikings defense. So now we got Denver, KC. A little game in the low 20s probably. We're going to look at Kansas City's offense, 18th against 18 total yards on the pass, on a run, 21 ranked. Denver's defense is pretty much top 12 on both, 12 against the pass, on the rush, 11. So they're one of the top defenses out there. So it's going to be a low scoring game, roughly, right? 20s, like 18-21, probably Kansas City, right? They never lose anymore. So I put for a player to watch Hip Hopkins, hip hop. So yeah, DeAndre Hopkins, he makes me want to throw up too because I had him a year and a half ago and I let him go because Tennessee ended up acquiring him. I would have kept him if he would have got traded to Kansas City, like all things were pointing towards last year in the summer, and it really hurts trading him. But it would have took this long to see this thing happen and see this magic work out between Pat Mahomes and Hopkins. Two touchdowns last week, right, against Tampa Bay. They're going to keep rolling, and it sucks for everybody else that plays them. So, Atlanta Saints now. We're going to take a look at Atlanta's offense. They're 4 in total yards on the pass. In the run, game 16. Saints defense is 29 on the pass, 26 against the rush in total yards. Saints defense is pretty bad no matter who they play. Kirk Cousins probably going to light them up. London might not play. Like Mooney, and I like Bijan. Bijan on a run and Bijan on a passing game on the little dump offs and screens. There's nothing to talk about on the Saints except I guess Kamara's going to eat. San Francisco Bucks, that's a good game. Bucks offense is what we're going to be looking at. The passing is second, and on the run, their eighth was a little bit surprising. I didn't know they were doing that good on the run. San Francisco's defense, 9 on the pass, 6 on the defense rushing. Players that we're going to be looking at in this game are White and Baker Mayfield. Baker continues to just have a good season. Number 2 in passing for a team means he's having a good year too, right? Um, thing that is to question now is that the receivers, Mike Evans and Godwin, are both going to be injured. So who's going to step up on a receiver? K-Dot and a tight end, definitely someone to pick up on daily. He's been balling lately, last couple of weeks. Like Tampa Bay. Question is, does CMC play, and how many targets and looks does CMC get? If I had CMC on my team, I'd probably keep him on the bench. But it depends on the kind of team that you have and who you have and how bad you need this win. So I'd probably leave him on the bench. Pitt, Washington. We're going to take a look at the Washington offense. 8 on passing, 2 on the run. So they're having a really good offense, especially on the run. Pittsburgh defense, 14th against the pass, 4 against the rush. So they're going to be playing a really good rushing defense. Who to look at, the running game. It's good on good. So, who going to step up? Probably Pittsburgh. So players to avoid the guys running the ball on Washington, depending on what they're going to do with what kind of play calling they're going to do. Interesting to see. Scary Terry, somebody to watch. Don't know what they're going to do against Pittsburgh though. That's a sneaky game. Tennessee Chargers. Chargers offense, let's take a look. 26 on the pass, 22nd on the run. So they're not doing well in the offensive side of the game. Tennessee, number 1 against the pass, number 9 on the rush. Really good defense, smash mouth kind of game. Who do I like on this game on the fantasy wise? Absolutely nobody. Herbert's going to have a tough game. Good Tennessee defense. And the Chargers running game and passing game is not very good. So it's going to be a tough one. Tennessee might get a little sneaky win over here. Jets cards. We're going to take a look at the Jets offense. 10 on the passing, 29 rushing. So almost dead last on running the ball. Cardinals defense, 26 against the pass, total yards, and 24 rushing total yards on defense. Who are we going to look at in this game? We're going to be looking at Garrett Wilson. So Devontae Adams is getting a little bit of of watch on the defense side. Maybe he's getting doubled. Maybe we're sending all our secondary more on that side because he's got a relationship with A-Rod, which is going to be giving Garrett Wilson some more opportunities. Think he's going to have a big game. Go Jets. Maybe, right? Please. Eagles, Dallas. Dallas is on a decline. Everybody's injured. Micah Parsons comes back. We're going to take a look at the Eagles offense. 25 on the pass, 3 on the run. So Saquon is just, a beast this year. And the stats are showing it. Dallas defense passing 10, on the rush 22. Micah comes back. It doesn't matter. Saquon's going to eat him up. Go Eagles, right? Lions at Texans. We're going to take a look at the Lions offense. 19th on the pass, 7 on the rush. So they have a really good running game. Surprise, surprise. Houston defense, 7th on the pass, 13th against the defense rush total yards. Players that we're going to be watching the running game on the Lions, Montgomery and Gibbs, think they eat. Last game that we're going to talk about, Dolphins-Rams. We're going to look at the Dolphins offense, 30th on the pass, but that was without Tua. 15th in the rush. Rams defense, 15 and 15 on the passing and on the rushing side. Players that we're going to be looking at, Achane and Cheetah. I think they both eat. Big game for the Dolphins. That's going to be a good game. It's a sneaky good game. So did that in about 15 minutes, just as we're looking at the stats, as we're looking at those matchups, offense versus defense that I've decided to hone in on. I think it brings us some more analysis and some more conclusion on who we like on that team, players that we're gonna target, maybe for daily. So just a little bit of my insight. Fantasy Football Lab Week 10. I'm going to do another version of this tomorrow. We're out. Take care, guys.